What's up, my precious little pack, and welcome back to VEGA Conflict. It's been way too long since the last video, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I've been a little bit preoccupied. We're back now, and there is an event starting that is called Recon. It is a focused event for the Umbra faction. And as always, I already know what people are going to be doing. They're going to be cheating and having the fleets run into the nebula and die. Because that's the most efficient way to deal with them. Or you just stasis the ever-loving whatever out of them and just destroy them that way. But let's go ahead and let's do a quick recommendations list for the Recon event, as well as recommended targets based on what players have, and if they have a Sovereign and a fleet of Vindicators, then they should be able to do just about every single one of them. But let's hop right into it. First, whenever I recommend the blueprint pieces, I will only recommend them in sets of 4, so you're paying less than what I initially paid for in an event, but you have to pick it up over the course of 2 events that's debuted, but this will allow you to focus more points into other aspects. So, first, pick up 4 Wraith Cruiser blueprint pieces. Next, Magnetic Collar 3, 1, then 2. Ablative's Tungsten Armor 1, then 2. Nova Cannon 1, then 2. Sonian Armor 1, then 2. The reason I keep saying 1, then 2, and pick up level 2 after you clear out all of the level 1. With the exception with the Magnetic Collar, due to it being a special. The reason for this is so that you can have a light fitting for just about anything you produce. Next up, Skirmish Resistors. Only pick up the level 3 because I rarely use it myself, because the number of times I fight units or enemies using explosives compared to energy or projectile it kind of makes it irrelevant, but having it as reserve for specific fleet builds would be better than not. Explosive Pierce Resistor, I actually do not know why this one is here. First, it's Altarian only, and everything else here can be equipped and used on all Umbra ships. And that one resistor cannot, so it, in my eyes, doesn't make sense to have it in the prize store. Second, the gold and silver prize boxes that have been reappearing that people have been complaining about quite often have returned once again, so if you want to get them, ensure you pick up everything else on the prize list first before you actually waste your time with them. And again, they are the exact same, there's nothing different. And finally, resources. I'm going to go ahead and hop over into the secure channel. We're going to look at the briefing for the event and take a look at the targets, and I'm going to recommend some based off of what players have. So let's go ahead and let's hop right into it. Alright, here we are. Dark blue on purple, that honestly does not look good. I would have gone white with each of these. Or green, or any other color that is actually not in the same spectrum as the purple. But we now have access to the Mark V Wraith boxes as well as the Elite upgrade fragments. And from the highest level target we get 1 million intel, which is actually incorrect because so far every single Umbra event has been dealing with Blood Amber Shards, or Amber Shards. We've been getting Blight from most of the high level targets. We get 1 million Amber Shards, 3 to 5 pieces of Blight, 25 Nova Cannon 3 reusable fragments, and something I found out, you actually need 1 Nova Cannon 3 fully built to produce a Blight Nova Cannon level 3. And it requires 1 and 60 Blight. So it seems a little bit weird to me that we can craft the others without needing a normal weapon, but then again we have the blueprint form, so it can kind of work out that way. But this one seems a little bit weird that it takes a level 3 to produce a level 3. So it's just a matter of a long time frame being to produce it. And I'll actually be picking on a few of them, and I will show off the attacks later on. So this is just the briefing and stuff like that, and the attacks will come later when the event actually starts. Drop number 2 is 10 Mark 6 Wraith fragments for the Mark 6, the Elite, whatever you want to call it. The primary drop, though, is for the Mark 5 Wraith box, and in my eyes, the most important drop for the box because that's the final point where its stats become fully maxed out. The only thing the Elite does is increase movement speed and cargo capacity. Well, it increases sector movement speed. It increases its astronomical units per minute, well, units per hour, by I believe it's 33% or less. Now, if you have a setup like mine, you can attack every single target level 80 up to 100, and I don't know how difficult the 110 is going to be, but I can typically take 2 to 3 100s for about 4.5 to 5 hours, possibly 6 hours to 8 hours repair time if I misclick anywhere in the fight. And this is all running away and using my other cruisers to my advantage. Now that I have that Wraith, though, I'm going to use this as a little bit of a tank. So I may be able to increase the number of targets I can go through from 3 up to 8 or more. And lower level research divisions are dropping obsolete tech. First off, 40, 50, 60, and 70 could be dropping Phoenix Frigate Mark 1 through 5. Because the event is supposed to focus on higher level players, and so it makes sense to ensure that it has top level tech in it. This is just a suggestion. I know that not everybody will like it, or if they actually want to be serious about allowing lower levels to advance, every single one of these would be uniform, right up to Mark 5. So it would be Bastion Mark 5, all the way up to 70. And then standard Blitz Research, level 100, drops 300,000 intel, has a chance of 1 to 3 blight, gives you 5 reusable items for the Ablative Tungsten Armor Fragments, which is level 3, and it is the only one that is dropping it from what I see. The other item it drops is 10 Nova Cannon 3 reusable fragments. So there is, again, limited number of targets, and the targets as they put out there for lower levels, because this is old tech, this is very old tech, this is Xenotech, and it's over a year old now. And they're only giving Mark 2 and Mark 3, and then they're giving Paragon Mark 2 and Mark 3. Again, I would rather have it be the Phoenix and be concurrent with the rest of the event being the focus of Umbra. However, if they're not going to do that, again, I would replace it with the Bastion, or at least go Mark 2 through 5 for the Guardian Cruiser, so it gives lower levels that can actually do the attacks and win a chance at upgrading their older ships, or their top ships right now, something better. Vent Store, don't have to go over it because we already went over it. That's about it. There's literally next to nothing else to do, but that'll give the coverage for this event. So, the recommendations list, recommended targets are based solely on what you have, and again, my fleet not the best, but it can take out above itself at least. And so far it can take out up to level 100 for a maximum of 8 to 10 hours repair time for misclicks or disconnects or anything like that. The ships are very, very strong. However, Kixeye doesn't know how to balance anything, and we already know this. And with that, I just have to say, that's it for this prizeless recommendation, stuff like that. The combat will come later because I will actually do that from now on because all of you want to see how I'm doing it. So if any of you have the same ships, setups will most likely already be the same, so you don't have to change anything. There is one thing, but I'll talk about it later in the second video. If you have any additional information that you would like to share with everybody, feel free to say so below in the comment section. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed listening, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, most definitely subscribe. And as always, everybody, I'll see you later.